Will, I loved your analogy just now. What did you say? We're leading off the show with our leadoff hitter?
That's right. It's only appropriate. It's only right.
Do we have both leadoff hitters, or they're on our shows, right? Nick and Tori?
Is there a better way to start?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Lead off. What's up?
What's your on-base percentage?
Ooh, I don't know. Last time I think I looked at it was like 480 something.
See, I think hers is higher than Chorby's.
Well, then she gets to go first.
Chorby's in the 450 area.
I don't know what it is now, though.
We're not about stats. We're about wins.
I think we've asked before.
No.
Not too big on stats.
Not really.
Y'all don't go diving in after.
The only
each
reason
game
I
to
know
see
that was because one of our, I think, who did we play last? Ole Miss? No.
Georgia.
Last series?
No. Last away series.
South Carolina.
Was it?
No, you got
Once
Arkansas.
you hit the 40 games,
Arkansas.
everything runs together.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
No, they had our stats up on the video board, so I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Oh, so sometimes you can't help but see it.
Yeah,
It's just
but
up there.
it kind of sucks because then you're like, ooh, I wonder, like, after this at bat, like, if I get on, what my average will go up to. Or, like,
You totally lose focus.
yeah, I'm like, dang it, why am I looking at this? Like, I don't need to look at it.
How do you calculate on base percentage? I don't know.
I know.
You're going to introduce your friend here?
Yeah, my friend.
Yeah. Why do
You
you
going with
say
the
it like
Texan
that?
drawl. You like that?
Why do you say it like that?
He said it like
Small-town
that.
Texas here? So
Yeah.
Well, gosh, man, let me do my introduction, okay?
she's from my area. You got to have
Yeah.
respect for that.
Well, this right here. Oh, I can't do it.
No, we're not talking Alexa. You're good.
I know, right? East Bernardian, is that how you would say it?
Barnyard.
Yeah, from the barnyard.
From the barnyard, former cheerleader, all-around athlete, Kelbi Fortenberry.
All around is good. Versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Very versatile.
You teach the team.
Hashtag
any cheers?
athletic.
Actually, I did teach Keely a cheer in South Carolina. She was I taught her our fight song, my high school fight song.
Oh, you did like just straight up East Bernard cheers.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you maybe
Oh, no, she wanted
related
to know,
the
like,
Aggies and the softball
she wanted
team.
to know, like, what we did in high school. So I was like, okay, let's go. And she was like, I'm so into this. I like it.
She missed out.
Come to the small town.
She missed out in high school. She didn't get to learn it. Now, does she have a nickname like Rapunzel? Or, I mean, she wouldn't be Rapunzel, but you gave one to Peyton. So does she have one, or is it just she does her thing?
I don't think she has one yet.
And do you want one, Kelby?
I don't know.
Yeah, we got to think of one.
I mean, if Keely comes up with one, then I don't know
yeah.
if I want one. Because those
Keely
are
makes it up.
interesting.
They're interesting.
Yes.
That is so funny.
So Tori Vidales, Kelbi Fortenberry with us here. Texas A&M softball 40-5 as they head into a big series this weekend at Kentucky. Who's in the top 20? I lose track. Every team in the SEC is in the top 20, so I can't keep up with this. Sweep Georgia this weekend, including a pair of shutouts. Tori, let's start with you. How proud are you of just the way you guys competed and fought? Got down early in the first game, and then you really had to find 3 different ways to win. Every game was different, and every game took a key phase of the game to get it. So how proud were you of that?
Yeah, I'm super proud. I think our team did a great job of coming back and from the first win, from coming from behind. And Coach Glasgow mentions it all the time, like being able to come from behind and still be able to take a win from that team is something that's going to help us in the long run in the postseason run. And being able to do that, it just makes you even better team, knowing that you don't have to press and you don't have to tense up to get those runs back, just playing loose. And the other 2 games, it was cool to know that we could rely on one swing to win the game, but it's kind of scary at the same time because they can come back and get that run really easily. So Sam did a great job to keep them off the board, and I think our team is just really coming into our own. We're realizing that we don't have to score 8 runs to win, but, hey, if we need to score 8 runs, we can.
Yeah.
And Kelby, I wanted to ask you, I know I think they did it more than me, picked on small-town Texas a little bit.
Hey, I didn't.
I'll wear it.
Right.
But I'm from Louisiana. I'm not allowed to pick on anything.
We don't
really.
count the opinion of the Louisiana over there. But just adjusting to college softball and the life there, knowing that, coming from a smaller program in your game.
It's a huge difference because, I mean, the competition obviously is a lot better here in the SEC. It's the best competition, I think. And it's a very humbling experience, I would say. Because, like, in East Bernard, you could pretty much get away with everything. And here, you really can't. You really have to – your hard work pays off here.
Mm-hmm. Kelbi, for you, when did you decide to come here? When did you commit? Was it young or middle high school, or when did you make that decision?
It was the beginning of my freshman year.
Okay. So you've been focused on this team for quite some time.
Right.
To watch them grow as a group, since you come in as a freshman, but we talk about her junior class and the class behind her, the sophomores. To watch this team get better and better and better the last couple of years. Now, for you to be a part of it, how much fun has that been? That process?
It gives me goosebumps thinking about it because it's super exciting. Because we just like seeing us from like when we first got to the SEC and like how much we've improved. It shows like we're a great team and we can do great things.
Mm-hmm. Have you been showing her the ropes adjusting to Texas A&M?
We're trying. It's crazy because, like, you kind of almost forget what it was like not knowing to do anything. And before we got here, our freshman class, I remember Erica and I went to Reagan's house, and we were talking to her because they went to high school together, and Reagan and I played select ball together. So we were, like, visiting her whenever I came down for, I think, a football game or something like that. But we were talking to Reagan, and Reagan was like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, they don't really tell you anything. You just have to, like, ask. And I was like, oh, okay, like, cool. And so, like, when I really got here, I was like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, something happened. I don't remember what happened, but I was like, okay, no one said anything about that. Like, what? And Reagan was just like, you got to ask questions. And, like, now, being a junior, you know everything that happens on, like, game day or in a week. Like, how things work, and you forget that freshmen don't realize that, and they're not accustomed to it yet. So you kind of got to like help them out and teach them the way. And eventually at this point they know already. So it's like, it's hard to remember that they are freshmen because they come into their own throughout that entire year, I think.
And for both of you, the adjustment that you have already made, that you're making to collegiate softball, yeah, the softball is better. It's higher competition. It's the SEC, but at least softball's kind of what you know going in.
Right.
Is the adjustment to the life and the time required the greatest thing of all that you go through?
Oh, yes. You learn time management, definitely.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one's the hardest thing to adjust to, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's just so many little things that you don't realize that come with being an athlete, such as like meetings and grade checks and seminars, just like stuff that's like required of you, and it's like kind of added on everything else that you already are supposed to do that you know that you're coming in to do. But for me, it was easy to just go out on the field and know that I was being able to play softball and nothing else. Like, it was just kind of like, okay, finally I can just go play. Like, it was just easy. And then whenever I would get off the field, I'd be like, oh man, okay, I got a paper, I got a meeting, I got a DEXA scan, I got a workout, and I'm like just so overwhelmed. And so like being on the field, it just kind of makes you forget about everything else. And it was so nice to be able to do that.
Tori Vidales, Kelbi Fortenberry with us, Texas A&M softball, our weekly segment. The Aggies in Lexington, Kentucky this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As always, all games available on Willie 1550, our sister station. Kelbi, I wanted to ask you maybe about your role on the team here, because with you two, it was very different, I guess, when you came into college. Her class, Tori's class, gets thrown into the fire, and they're all out on the field, and they're playing every single game. For you guys, most of you are in what I would call role positions, where you come in and key parts of the game and help out any way you can. Has that been I know you want to play. I know you want to be out there as much as possible, but for you, as you make the adjustment to college, as you're learning the game in a league like the SEC, have you found that maybe a little bit of a blessing in disguise to be able to kick back and kind of watch the veterans that have been here for a while and kind of learn things from them all the time when you're watching the game?
Definitely, especially being kind of the shadow of Erica, one of the best outfielders in college softball. It's a blessing in disguise, like, definitely, because watching her in practice, I'm like, how'd you just do that? Can you, like,
accurate?
Can you teach me that? Because then I do it, and I, like, stick in the grass, and my legs go up, and it's just
Scorpion.
Yeah, it's just super unathletic looking.
Do you like to go run into a wall every now and then just so you can try to be just like Erica to keep up with her?
Yes, and then, it's no one ever really notices how goofy Erica and I are at practice out there. Like, no one will be paying attention, and I'll just tackle Erica, like throw her into the wall or something, and no one will pay attention. I'm like, just see that?
Do you even notice this?
See
Tori?
what? No, I have my back towards them, so
no one
can't really
sees
see.
it. We have so much fun, but no, I don't like running into walls.
No. Did you see the Mississippi State center fielder
I did.
go full speed into
That
the wall?
was a freaking
Jump
amazing
into
catch.
the wall. I was like, oh.
That
Really
was
fast.
fantastic.
Only thing that
And
sucks
really
is they still scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
But
I'd
there
take
was
the
no
catch.
chance to brace for the wall.
Oh, no.
And
It was
she
just
was kind of
automatic.
doubled over for a little
Brick
while.
wall. Oh,
That
yeah.
was an incredible
I think she may have
catch.
hurt her wrist on
Yeah.
her glove hand, something like that. Whenever she went and dove for the ball, I think it may have, like, collapsed her wrist or something. I don't know.
She
but
landed
it was a
really
great
hard
play.
on the ground, too.
Yeah. It was a
It
great
didn't look
play,
like
though.
it felt
If
very
somebody
good.
were to do that to you, do you tip your cap to them, or you do
Oh,
just get
absolutely.
Oh,
angry?
you tip the cap.
You
You're
tip
just
your
like,
cat. Hey,
Yeah.
if it was me, I still got my RBI. Good hit. She just made a good play. What's up? Tip your hat.
So
Yes.
you do worry about stats.
Oh, she's locked in. She's
Not
locked
so
in
much,
for sure.
Not so
I
much
know what
stats,
you
but
mean.
a hit is a hit.
You
Yeah.
just produced a run. You're helping your team win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Kelby, one of your, I would say your biggest asset would be your speed and how fast you're out on the bases. How much fun is that? I feel like it would be a blast in a sport like softball. Speed is so key and can create so much havoc out there. How much fun is that just to get out there and get after it?
It's so much fun. I love running. I don't know why people are like, ew, but I love it.
Yeah,
Any
same.
chance I get, I love to run.
Now, this
Even
one
long
fancies.
distance?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Even like long distances?
I ran the 400 in high school.
Oh,
so
See, that
That's the
requires
worst
real
race.
Oh,
strength.
yeah, because you
Yeah.
can't go like super fast.
You
but
can't,
you
like,
go
jog.
slow.
You gotta go fast.
Yeah.
it's like
You
it's a
just
full
can't
sprint.
overdo it.
It's
Yeah.
literally a full sprint.
No thanks.
Yeah, that's a hard race.
That's a no for me.
You
This
should
one,
talk to Fred Curley.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
44 seconds.
That
Did you
guy's
see that?
insane in that 400.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I felt
Maybe
cool
his
with my
brother Malik.
59 seconds in high school, but 44?
Yeah,
Mm.
I got a lot of
I think I
respect
run
for
a
people who ran
200 and a
400.
44.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys could beat me in a 200 if you were in the full circle. So.
Now, as likely the fastest on the team, I got to get your opinion on this one here. Fancies herself as quite the fleet of foot out there. She's mentioned several times about her speed. In fact, her exact quote was, "I ain't slow." So, what do you see out there? Give us a scouting report on Tori's speed.
She is a great base runner, so like people wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, she's like super fast. But like by looking at her, like, do you think she's like a speed demon? 'Cause she's not. She's taller, and she's not like short like
Thick.
Keely.
You know, what a cute.
But she can run. Oh my
I'm just
goodness,
impressed that she calls you a sneaky good base runner.
you are.
I'm just saying, like, okay, I'm
Heads
not going to
up.
be the person that, like, okay, if you see Kelby on base, you're going to be like, all right, speed at 1. You see me at first, you're going to be like, all right, you got time at 2. Like, you know, like, it's not something that's going to be in your face. But, like, if you drop a ball, I'm not hesitating. So that's what makes
Yeah.
up for the
Mhm.
lack of speed.
Very aggressive base runner.
You take
That's it.
chances, Tori? You gamble a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I remember in one of the preseason games, there was a play at second, and the girl like barely bobbled it. Like it went like 2 feet to her left, and I was already almost a second. I just didn't even look, and I just went straight to third. And Coach Evans was like, "I told you to stop," and I was like, "But I saw her bobble it, so I was just coming. There was no stopping. I was
That's when
already
you look
going."
at Joe and say, I was feeling it.
Yeah.
Feeling it in my
She'd be like,
bones.
"Okay."
Well, there's that fine line, too, because I love aggressive base running. But then there's also you got to be smart about it at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time. But you guys you push the envelope as a team being aggressive base runners, I would think.
Oh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
we definitely – and it helps when Kelby and Blake Ann and Miranda and those people come in and are able to run the bases smart. So they can come in and they can get extra bases and not going station to station. They're looking 2 bases ahead. So I think it's important to know that, but also know, like, the rules of base running, never make the first or third out at third. You know, like, that's something that Coach teaches us, and just really trusting her, but also using your own instincts. I think they're good at that. And I think our people that don't get pinch ran for, I think they're really good too. Like Erica Kristen's a good base runner. Sam's actually a really great base runner, and she's a pitcher, so I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Helps us
It
a
is
lot.
good.
How about what's coming up? I mean, Kentucky, Tennessee, and there's a lot on the line here these last 2 weeks
Oh,
of
yeah.
the regular season. A lot more to go after.
Absolutely. I think these 2 series, I don't think it's necessarily as important to sweep, but I think it's important to take the series from them. And even though they're both in the top 20, I think losing a series, dropping any one of the 2, could possibly move us down a little bit farther than it should. And I don't know if we're ready to do that, but
Not ready to lose that lofty
yeah,
status.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we really just have to stay in the top 8 so we can host a super once we get past regionals. Can't
There you
look
go.
over regionals, but at the same time, it's like that's what we've been shooting for, and that's what we play for. At the beginning of the year, Coach always says we're playing for a regional, we're playing to host a regional, and we're planning to host a super regional. So we're there. We're in the position that we need to be. We just got to keep it up, because if not, like, the whole season pretty much – it's not a waste, but it's going to be a lot harder of a journey to get to OKC than it would be playing here in front of our fans, in front of our field, and on our home territory.
And then just real quick before you guys go, Kelbi, I just wanted to ask you, as a freshman, you come in here, you got 6 games left in the regular season. And I know you guys focus game to game, but you can't help but kind of just think of big picture. You're going into the last 2 weeks of the regular season. You do have a chance at a conference championship. What does that mean to you for your freshman season to have the season you guys have had to, are you going to get it? Who knows? But you've put yourselves in position to be in the discussion. How cool is that?
It's amazing. It's every softball player's dream to come in, and every softball player's dream to go to the World Series, but even just to win their conference title, that's huge. That's a great accomplishment to put on your back. Just be yeah, we won. We're there.
We did that. Too. We got that ring.
Yeah.
That bling bling.
The youth, they call it bling.
The youth.
Kids these days.
Just saying, we have a chance. We have a chance.
With their bling and their Snapchats and all the other craziness.
Hey, you were Snapchatting.
I'm working on Will. We're trying to get Will to Snapchat.
I'm assuming, though, East Bernard, you probably won a ton of softball games.
We
and now
actually
you're 40-something and 5.
Mm-hmm, we actually won state with Sam.
Yeah. Do you ever lose? How much have you had to just deal with losing, Kelbi?
A lot, actually.
She doesn't like it very much, I can tell.
I got your high school career. Y'all weren't as good, right?
Okay,
Oh, here comes the defensive answer. Let's go.
No. We held our own, but we never really made it past the second round of playoffs. So.
See, I think that's.
But yeah, my high school was more about having fun. For me, I was I don't really care about winning state. It would have been cool, yeah, but at the same time, I was I'm going A&M. I don't really care about state.
I don't know how to take this now because when I played high school sports, you basically had to win your district to go to the playoffs. Now.
Mm-hmm.
They just let everybody.
Well, we were always first or second. Okay, my district, it was Deer Park, and then us, or Baytown Sterling. So we were either 2 or 3 in our what is it called, district.
Yeah.
So we were always in the playoffs, but we always had to face the hard teams because we weren't number 1. So we had to play Pearland my sophomore year. So we played Kristen and Sam when she was still there. We beat them 1 game.
And then Peyton struck you out, right? Is that what we learned last week?
No, she said she didn't strike me out.
I think she said
she got you out, right? Or no, you hit a home run off her.
I don't know. I think we traded shots. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. At least I didn't have to pitch against them.
Bowling. But bowling is now not in our spring sport district.
I can't keep track of these district changes.
I don't
On
know.
to the UIL, we got to go talk to them.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get a free hat out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put Sam on JV my sophomore year. I was the varsity pitcher and Sam was the JV pitcher.
Wow.
She had called my pitches. It was pretty entertaining.
That's good.
This is good stuff. I like this.
Yes.
Nice. Well, guys, travel safe to Lexington. Have fun, and we will see you guys next weekend when you host Tennessee.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Can't wait.